All right, so we thus far have started the business.
Yep.
Today was our first day we opened up shop. We've been active since 2013. I wanted to go over a couple things. Primarily one, like, what have we learned so far with starting a business? I think first off, going through LegalZoom has been a really good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a good way of getting everything organized and putting all the paperwork together and not having to worry about a lot of things.
Right.
It's an additional cost, but I think, and I think about what they kind of take care of and cover, it's been well worth it.
It's done right.
And I know it's done right. Yeah. So it's like, and we don't have to worry about figuring out if we're missing deadlines or dates or any of that kind of crap, because they just basically, they take care of it.
Yeah. And then when we registered in Connecticut, that was
same
easy.
deal.
They took care of it.
Yeah. And then, so we've been really slow growing, really kind of trying to do things organically where we don't...
no investors.
Yeah, no investors. No, I mean, there's not really much to invest in except for us, but...
we didn't ask any friends or family for money.
Yeah.
Anything.
We just had a couple of small jobs that paid decent.
Right.
And now, after some time, we've just built up a little capital and started... figuring, we bought assets, we bought cameras, a drone, things that we wanted to use for production, invested some time in people and things like that, and now we're basically at a point where we had the opportunity to jump on a small space, small being 2,000 square feet, but the cost was right, and that, I think, is going to change everything as far as providing us space, providing us the opportunity to, bring people to a space.
Do more things.
Yeah, I think one of the things I've noticed in the past, and me and Chiro have talked about this, was one of the big things was the difference between having a studio space and not. It becomes the identity between being a freelancer and being a company and
hobbyist.
Yeah, exactly.
And
but
professional or business.
Yeah,
running
but a business because the big difference there is that with a business you have overhead, so your rates are justified by clients. They go, oh well, you have to keep the lights on. When you're a freelancer, I think a lot of times they don't think about that stuff. They're just like, well, you should have lower rates because you don't have anywhere to stay. You don't have, employees or bills or the government or, all this other stuff that you do when you have a business.
Even though it's BS. I mean, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, no.
the fee's the fee.
And in the art industry, whether it be production, graphic design, PPC, anything you do when you're on your own and you're sitting in your house, I think most clients do assume that you're gonna have a lower rate.
Right.
And that's kind of the crappy part about being by yourself. I mean, you are always constantly, until you have an enormous reputation, you're constantly going to fight for rates that are equal to an agency.
But at the same time, I have to say, I don't think people ask enough either.
Yeah, no.
They back off way too easy.
I agree with you 100%.
It's like, just ask.
Just ask, and also, know what the going rate is.
Right.
I mean, because I don't think most people know what the going rate is, so they just go, yeah, it's, worth about this. Right. Which kind of screws them and the rest of everyone else.
And I think the mentality of going from I'm doing this for fun, I enjoy doing this, to
I want to do this as a business.
And it's a totally different mindset.
Yeah.
So then, I think that's the most important part.
Yeah.
You have to go at it with that mindset.
Yeah, so this is really like just the beginning. We're just getting started. I say that, but we've been doing this for 3 years. But
things take a long time.
But
I don't think most people see this.
That's a good point
Right.
too. I mean, I think the patience is
Right.
is a virtue. It really is. The reality is that it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to get huge clients overnight. You're not going to. If you have huge clients right now, you've probably been working at what you do for a very long time.
And you'll have some failures.
Yeah, I mean, we had failures. We had
Yeah.
one particular. I don't want to mention them because I don't want it to be. But yeah, we had a failure and it sucked. We bid
walked
it on
away.
it. And we walked away, and
Right.
it was just better for us. And
But at the same time, I think it's important to know when to walk away.
yeah,
You know, just cut your
you
losses.
know, like Kenny Rogers says, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and sometimes it's just better to throw the cards in, and
Right.
even if you have a decent hand. So.
Yep.
We have more to come. We today just moved into the office, like I mentioned earlier. We're gonna, we got a lot of organizational things to do, whether, building out furniture, equipment, modifying the space. Obviously, it's a huge space, so it's gonna take some time to figure out what goes where, who goes in what. But those are kind of things that are happening right now, and I think we'll give more details down the line about what went wrong, what went right, what kind of things you should pay attention for,
Right.
and hopefully those things will
Help you.
Yeah. I mean, because I think this is kind of everybody's dream in some way or another, is to start their own stuff and not be working for the man, and I think there's a lot of opportunity out there to do that.
Right. And we're doing this because we don't see it enough online. We don't see people talking about the beginning part, the hard work that it takes to start a business.
Yeah.
We see a lot of people that's already been successful.
Yeah, that turn around. Well, and maybe you've already, you watch their second half of life. You just watch like, oh, now that they're popular, I'm gonna start watching them.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of like other stuff going on that we should all be kind of sharing information about. And I think if there's questions that you have for us, post it, let us know, ask us, and we'll be happy to answer them. And hopefully, we'll keep this up and we'll show you what's going on and show you what's next in the world of Checkoff.
Be awesome.
It'll be awesome. That's it for today.
See you later.